So this is a subject that I'm unfortunately extremely familiar with. I not only grew up in it, and I watched the females in my relationship and the relationships that they had with their partners and some of my cousins and all of that, and some of my friends' families growing up, and they were in abusive relationships. So when I grew up and I was in relationships of my own, it was very much normalized. There's no kind of to it. It was very much normalized for me to be in that type of relationship because it's all that I really had seen growing up. We had cable and we had TV growing up, and I could see different families living in a different way, but that wasn't really real to me. That wasn't my everyday. So I say all that to say that when I ended up in this relationship, in this abusive relationship, I didn't know any better. Well, I knew better, but it just felt normal for me. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to explain it. And I think that other people that may have grown up in similar situations that I was in can probably relate and know what I'm trying to say here. But there are many forms of abuse, especially being in an intimate relationship. And that type of relationship, especially if you're in a same-sex type of relationship, is intimate partner violence. And that violence and that abuse can take many forms. Mostly, it starts verbally and then it escalates into physical abuse. And it can be anything from it's mostly centered around manipulating and controlling one individual or one partner, and the partner that's trying to control them is going to do so by any means necessary. I was in a type of relationship where the person that I was with completely alienated me from friends, from family, and made me feel as though I was the crazy one. When I could see what was going on in real time, it was always flipped back on me somehow to make me feel as though what I was seeing was not what I was seeing. You know what I mean? And that just kept escalating. And when it became physical, I didn't know that it was like, I knew that it was wrong. This was not supposed to be happening with someone that I was in love with and that I thought loved me. But because I had seen it so much growing up, it was kind of okay to deal with it in a way. You just figured out how to deal with it, basically, and you keep it moving. Um, that is not healthy for anyone to be in. It is not healthy. It is not okay to be in a relationship where someone is trying to control you and trying to manipulate you and trying to get you away from those people that have your back throughout whatever it is that you're going through, on your best days and on your worst days. And then you have this one person that's in the center of it that you decided to focus your attention on, that's completely breaking you away from it, and can also make you feel as though that what's happening isn't actually happening, and can turn you against those people. Like, not only turn those people against you, but also find a way to turn you against those people, to make it seem as though those people are repelled by you, rejecting you because of something that who you are, just naturally, or for no reason at all. And then once you are by yourself, none of your friends or family that can talk some sense into you or around you anymore. That's when the shit really gets evil and hard, because I believe that if you stay in a situation long enough and you don't have any outside help, or you don't know better, it's much easier to be conditioned in a certain way. You know what I mean? If you block out all of your friends, all of your family, all of your love and support, even down to the types of books that you're reading, because this partner that I was in this relationship with would have issues with the books that I was reading. And this all, as I say this, like, it even goes back to what's happening politically and being able to control everything that one person or one group of people are consuming, to keep them down. You know what I mean? Sounds super familiar, very familiar. And that's the same type of thing that goes on in an abusive relationship. And it doesn't have to get physical. I feel as though abuse can be spiritual, it can be emotional, it can definitely be mental, and then it can be also be physical. I feel like physical also goes into sex, not with or withholding sex from someone for a very long time, but making it not just because, we say we're not going to have sex, or you're upset at night or whatever that may be, but you're withholding sex from that person because you're out having sex with other people and that person doesn't know it, but you make that person feel as though that they are completely wrong in just being them, and that's why you're not having sex with them. It can be super trippy being in an abusive relationship, and not just an abusive physically relationship or physical relationship, but on every level, and going back to just being in a same-sex relationship, and how it's not like a lot of men, especially the men in same-sex relationships, it's it's not spoken about, it's not talked about, and it's kind of frowned on, or just kind of poo-pooed out of the way. But it's real, and I know that more people have gone through it or going through it like today, because I hear it from my friends when I speak about it. I hear it from other people that can relate to what I'm talking about. And not just gay men, but also my gay women out there, also my straight women out there, and also straight men out there. Because I know that everyone can feel me on this and relate to this, and I'm just bringing it more to light within the LGBTQ plus community, to bring it out and to try to put an end to it, yeah. I think that you have to be aware. If you have those red flags about someone and you feel that, I think it's time to let it go. If someone is trying to take you away from the people that you love, that support you, and that's going to rock with you through thick and thin, I think it's time to take a step back and see what this person is really doing, especially if it's really early in the relationship, and you have that puppy love very early and very soon. I think it's time to, when they just try to pull you away, try to use your love for them as a tool for them to pull you away from those that love and respect you on a real level. I think it's time to take a step back and to see what's actually happening. Is this a successful or promising relationship truly, or is this person really seeking to manipulate me and to get me by myself and to alienate me from those that I love and from the things that I love? Because it's not just the people that you love or certain places. It's also taking you away from the things that you love and your hobbies and your talents and what's naturally given to you, as being birthed here on this earth during this period of time. I think if you're in an abusive relationship, on whatever level, that person's going to do whatever they need to do to break you down, to make you more into whoever they want you to be. And that can be just using you up until you're just no good for anyone. And I have been there. There is always a way out. If you need anyone to talk to, I'm here. I always tie it right back to health and fitness. Get into a gym, develop your spirituality deeper, know yourself better, and get out of that situation, or have the courage to just move forward with everything that you have in a positive and strong light, and know that you are light. That's why you're here. Cherish that light. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Have a good night. Namaste.